Yes, sir.
अच्छा अच्छा, it's not showing up yet, तो ठीक है.
We are not live yet. I can see the YouTube video.
Yeah. There's a lag in this. Right. So we start off. I think we are live now. Hey, all of you, good evening. There's a lag in this. Right. So we start. Good evening. Hi, Kritika Shukla. Hi, Kritika. Sri Rampur, Basan, Bhagat, you are one of those regular ones. I in fact kind of miss you अगर आप होते नहीं हो sessions में. Welcome, and I hope I'm streaming fine for all of you. Are we audible? Hi Ujjwal, good evening. Are we audible to all of you? Streaming fine, no buffering, I believe. Delhi NCR had a good, nice thunderstorm. अच्छी खासी बारिश हुई है, both in Delhi and around Delhi. So I hope that doesn't impact our broadcasting. Chalo, theek hai. So let's start off. I'm very, very happy, very proud, and feel very privileged that I have invited Puru to talk to all of you. He will be addressing your questions. He'll explain the strategy. Puru is rank 86 this year, and he has chosen Indian Foreign Service. Am I right, Puru?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he could have got into any service, including IAS, but he chose Indian Foreign Service, very prestigious. And I think, foreign policy, foreign interests of India, security, economy, everything is around how India deals with the countries around in the world. So I think we're very action-oriented, action-packed tenure of yours. Hi, Shruti. Hello, Kritika, Ujjwal, Sachin, all of you. So we have among the top rankers here with us who understands the pressure of preparation, who understands the cycle of these failures and success, and again failure, again you get back. He has been our essay student, and he has shared some of his views back in the essays video also. So let's get started, Puru. Welcome once again from all of us here, Puru. Puru, the obvious question, jaldi se pehle, what is your opinion about this year's prelims paper? And how do you read what students will be feeling, what they must do, and who probably were disadvantaged? A quick remark on what do you think about the prelims quickly.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me to this discussion. And it's a privilege to be here to sit with you. About the prelims paper, my first view of the prelims paper was that it was very factual, quite random, in the sense that it was different from the previous year papers. Most of the students rely on the previous year questions for assessing what the UPSC asks, but this time it was something off the hook, and this had startled a lot of students. I was waiting for my friends outside the examination center. I could sense that angst among the students. Many had lost their hopes. Uh, Many legacy topics were missing. Whatever was asked was quite multidimensional. Even history questions had mixed with them geography. So the paper was something that could have started a lot of students. Many students almost missed 20, 30 questions. They could not even read those questions. Added to it, the CSAT paper was also tough. Tough not for the students from the maths background, because the math section was a bit doable, but the comprehension was quite tricky.
Yes, a lot of humanities, I think they depend on the comprehension section.
And a lot of humanities students who fare very well in the GS section of the paper, who might have been scoring 90 plus, 80 plus, are not doing well in the CSAT exam. So this is something I posted on my Telegram channel also, that I expect the cutoff to be somewhere uh, around 75 marks. So if someone is scoring 75 plus minus 5, so if someone is scoring 70 plus in GS and is also crossing the CSAT value, then they should start with the means preparation right away.
Okay. That's quite a as a disappointment for many students in that case. अच्छा ये बताइए ऐसे situations में I have seen toppers जो पहले एग्जाम दे चुके हैं या इवन अदरवाइज जिनका थोड़ा बहुत हिस्ट्री रहा है इन प्रिपरेशन डेप्थ में, they have done I mean not very good but they have done well. So what exactly they are doing? Because my assessment is, Puru, I do not think knowledge base would have helped here. तो वो difference कैसे आता है?
Sir, I would say that the difference is in the mindset. Actually, being 4 years into preparation, I'm in touch with hundreds of aspirants, and after the selections, of course, many more. So, from what I could gather, is that many students lose their calm 15, 10 days before the exam. They start panicking.
Okay.
They start thinking about that what would happen if I do not clear it. This is the first problem that appears, and then the exam becomes a matter of life and death for them. And when the paper comes out unexpected, then they start panicking. One of my friend who is very good, who has a very good foundational skills in GS papers, almost panicked because he bubbled the wrong questions, one question, and that would not have made any difference. But the panicking made him misread many questions. So overall, what I can say is that, and from what I have interacted with my colleagues who are going to join with me in this year's batch, is that mindset is the key. Ultimately,
Mindset.
Mindset
Okay.
is you have to be like a stoic. You have to accept howsoever the paper is. I'll narrate one incident from my life. In 2023, the paper was unexpected, quite unexpected. Uh, and I remember sitting in the paper. I could have thought that the paper is quite tough. I could have panicked that my attempt is on the line. But I thought if the paper is tough, it's tough for everyone. The cutoff will be low. I have more chances of clearing it, and I should comfortably read the questions I'm most comfortable with, and then move on towards the harder questions. And since I could manage my calm, I scored comfortably 10 marks beyond the cutoff. So I think, and from what I've interacted with my colleagues also, they say that confidence and mindset is the key.
इस पेपर में 26 का जो पेपर रहा है, quite a few students are claiming they're scoring 90 plus, 95 plus. तो पुरु वो तो knowledge से नहीं हो सकता ना. It's impossible that they have read what was asked and not at that depth. तो वो बच्चा 95 कैसे रख रहा है? Confidence तो ठीक एक जगह है, fine. Okay, but how are they getting the right answers? How are they? Because इस बार तो elimination भी काम नहीं किया.
So there's a simple math behind it. Let's say the paper is tough as it was, and I am aware of only 25 questions in the paper. 75 questions I have no clue about. So I can say that I have 50 marks in my bucket. Now, if I attempt the paper with a calm attitude, and if I go somewhere around 85, let's say I have attempted 60 questions, and there are 5 lakh students who are appearing for free. Let's say 10,000 did the same thing which I'm talking about. Statistically, there are few students who will do it right, who will guess the right answer. And there were some elimination tricks that were working. For example, I can remember there was a question on the Carnatic music and some ragas. I have no clue about music. I'm a novice there. But judging from the options, I could find the odd option out. And that was the correct one. There was a question on gharanas. And I could see that the fourth option, the Atrauli somewhere gharana, was the odd option out. Now, since I had to attempt 85 questions in the paper, I would have gone with that question. So, keeping my mind calm, having confidence, trusting my intuition, and attempting and having faith, of course, would have made sure that I can reach the score of 80 to 80 plus or 90 plus. Because I need only 40 marks, and with 60 questions, I can comfortably do it with 24 wrong and 36 correct.
आई थिंक यही एक माइंडसेट है जो हमें सिखाना पड़ेगा. आई कैन सी दैट गैप कि जब सरप्राइज हो जाओ, स्टम्प हो जाओ, व्हाट कैन यू डू डिफरेंटली. इनफैक्ट यू सेड दैट, मुझे भी काफी कुछ अबाउट 7-8 क्वेश्चन दिखाई दे रहा था कि आई वुड नॉट नो द आंसर. But if I read carefully those choices, if I read carefully the framing of the sentences, but पता है पूरी एक और चीज realization है, I think we are missing that point. I mean, the kind of pressure they are in, okay, I think that probably forces some errors, otherwise शायद नहीं होते अगर.
I think for
So
I think for students, it is important to realize that the job that they are aspiring for, it's the IAS, the IPS, the IFS. These are high stakes jobs. These are no
yes,
spade work. These are not spade works. You are expected, one is expected to take decisions in situations where one is not having full control of them. Yet leadership demands of them to take such decisions. And in hindsight, I can say that UPSC did prepare me in some sense for taking those decisions. So aspirants should relish this.
yeah, guys, all of you online who are listening to us talk here can always ask your questions to Puru. जो भी डाउट्स हैं लाइव वो आपको आंसर करेंगे. ठीक है पुरु, नाउ दैट वी नो कि प्रीलिम्स विल बी ट्रिकी फॉर ऑलमोस्ट एवरीबॉडी, तो आप बताओ, गिवन दिस ट्रिकी सिचुएशन, हाउ डू यू मूव अहेड फॉर द मेंस? खासकर वो बच्चे जो अभी भी कंफ्यूज्ड हैं अबाउट कि पता नहीं क्वालिफाई करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे. हाउ वुड यू सजेस्ट, हाउ व्हाट वुड यू रिकमेंड नाउ कि आगे चल के कैसे प्रिपरेशन करें? मेंस का करें भी कि नहीं, या वेट करें, या करें तो कैसे करें? Some suggestions there, Puru?
Sir, excluding those students who had their last attempts or who had decided that they would not take any further attempts, I would exclude those students. But for those students who have decided that they want to clear this exam either today or tomorrow, they should prepare for means for the next 6-7 months. Because preparing for prelims and for such kind of unexpected prelims, even 10 years is not enough in terms of knowledge.
Yes, in terms of knowledge, correct.
So, and if they are to prepare for the UPSC any further, then they should start with means. Now, what I've noticed is that many aspirants take a drop. They say that I'm not prepared for means, so I will not attempt this year. But what they end up doing for the whole year is they waste time because there's no sense of urgency. They have no exam lurking around the corner. So they end up wasting time. I would suggest, even for those who are not clearing the prelims examination, to get themselves into the routine, to prepare like they were taking the mains examination. This would ensure that in these 3 months, until the mains examination happens, they will be disciplined, they will prepare alongside those who are taking the mains, and they would have almost done the mains syllabus answer writing practice in these 3 months. They can again polish it for the next 3 months and then move to prelims preparation from January or February.
I'm very happy, Puru, you are saying it. I like this idea of कि prepare with urgency. ये एग्जामिनेशन आराम से कंफर्ट से तो होने वाला है नहीं, and no other urgency than the exam pressure. So thank you. I mean, Puru, exactly what I insist on. A student should prepare for the mains irrespective of the prelims result, और खत्म करने के बाद सेकंड राउंड कर सकते हैं in the month of August, September, October, November. Second round preparation हो जाएगा आपका मेंस का.
And
Sachin says I started. Yeah, sorry. Please,
I would say that students should take this as an opportunity that they have the opportunity to complete the syllabus for 2 times. Maybe they can take a break in between, travel around, maybe give themselves a treat. And 2 times mains preparation is something that it's a privilege. We
It's a
don't have it.
privilege. Excellent, excellent. So one question Mohammad Wasim asks, strategy for prelims. वसीम, मैं ये क्वेश्चन उठाऊंगा नहीं, आज का सेशन मेंस के बारे में है. प्रीलिम्स का स्ट्रेटजी शुरू होता है मेरे ख्याल से दिसंबर जनवरी में. अभी तो कोई प्रीलिम्स नहीं होता है, अभी सब कुछ होता है. एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दोज हु आर गिविंग, हु गिव द प्रीलिम्स राइट नाउ. उनके लिए तो मेंस में घुसना है. वसीम, आई एम leaving your question. Sachin says, I started with brainstorming optional PYQs, but can't get over the prelims. घूम फिर के कट ऑफ प्रिडिक्शन. सचिन, इसीलिए शायद सोशल मीडिया से कट ऑफ करना चाहिए आदमी को. तो पुरु, ऐसे कैसे, हाउ डू यू मैनेज टू कट ऑफ फ्रॉम द सोशल मीडिया विद ऑल द नेगेटिव टॉक, all the prediction wala scores? What do you do there?
Sir, whenever any information that we receive through any media, let's say social media, one has to understand that the motive of the person who's sending this information is different from our motive of receiving it.
Okay.
The person who is providing this videos, analysis videos, or reach videos on UPSC, why did it create such a random paper? I think it serves no purpose. It only sells emotions in the market, and people uh, take decisions, hasty decisions of sometimes on the basis of emotional impulses. One has to understand that the content that we are seeing on the social media or anywhere is for a different purpose altogether. And once they
Okay.
realize that their agency is being compromised, then of course they will be wiser.
Yes, lot of videos. Okay. Who was the Sachin? ये सारे वीडियोस जो होते हैं ना, जो हल्ला वाले हैं, यूपीएससी ने बर्बाद कर दिया और ये कर दिया. आई एम नॉट सेइंग वो सेंटिमेंट गलत है, व्हाटएवर, बट it is largely to get traction on their videos. It is to get traction for their platforms. Okay, इतना तो आप समझ रखो भाई कि कौन पढ़ा रहा है, कौन आपको ट्रेन कर रहा है, और कौन who is trying to probably fish on your troubled waters. तो ठीक है, okay, fine. So coming to the proper agenda that we had, Puru, about answer writing. Okay, why is it important to start answer writing immediately? Or you think you disagree with this? I'm talking about students जिन्हें prelims दे दिया, उनका prelims शायद हुआ नहीं पता. They have got two choice. They can wait for the results and then start off, or they can start revising in some ways. And I'm asking, okay, do you agree with this idea to start answer writing immediately? या फिर do some other revisions? What's your take on that, Puru?
Sir, answer writing is important. I think the most important aspect of mains preparation.
Yeah.
Because the examiner is going to judge me on the basis of my answers. Let's say there's a question asked on delimitation, and I have only 2 pages to write on it, depending upon the demand of the question. The examiner does not know that I have read multiple articles on delimitation. I have a special view on delimitation unless I write it down. And whatever is written in the examination sheet is the only basis for the examiner to judge. Then there are other intricacies involved. For example, the examiner has lots of copies to evaluate. So one has to make sure that their copies do stand out in the whole sea of other scripts that the examiner receives. Knowledge is important. Clarity is important. But since you have cleared the prelims, or since you are expecting to clear the prelims, it is understood that you have fair amount of knowledge. Answer writing allows one to put that knowledge into perspective, put that knowledge into use, and it only comes through practice. I may have the greatest array of data, knowledge, facts available with me, but if I do not know how to put them down, how to ensure that the tone meets the demand of the question, how to substantialize them, how to embellish my answers with mind maps, flowcharts, uh, maps. Maybe my answers won't reflect the kind of knowledge that I have. And answer writing also becomes important in the sense that I have noticed that I tend to remember more the things I've written than the things I've read. So answer writing also brings clarity to my mind. Uh, there are students who start writing answers and they find out that they are writing almost anything. They are writing paragraphs for something that could be written in phrases. Answer writing will allow them to be more concise, to deliver exactly what they want. And there's no shortcut for this except for answer writing.
Yeah, I agree. Answer writing is revision, answer writing is clarity, answer writing requires practice. The question that I would like to answer, Puru, is ये जो माइंडसेट है कि पहले हम रिवाइज कर लेते हैं थोड़ा सा और हम बेस बना लेते हैं, let me get mentally ready first and then start answer writing. Is that allowed for somebody who is giving the mains this year? Okay, or should we start answer writing straight away and start learning revising as we proceed?
Sir, there are 80 days, and let's say a student wants to revise 2 times. So first revision might take 2 months, and the next revision might take 20-25 days on. Now we have 4 GS papers, 2 optional papers, 1 essay paper, which is the most neglected one. So a whole day stretches out into these 4 papers. Now, if I spend my whole day reading it, reading GS history, reading GS or optional papers, then I would not even remember them because I'm going to write about them in the next 80 days. So a different approach is to write answers, realize that I forgot this point. Because ultimately in the mains paper, we have 7 minutes. And most of the delivery that happens in heuristic mode. Whatever is at the core, at the essence of our understanding comes out in the paper. So answer writing enables me to find out what I have really understood, find out what I have really grasped about that topic. And it is an empirical method. Let's say I have a topic, say about your subject, let's say Coriolis force or jet streams, important topic for me. I may know everything about it, but if I ask myself to write an answer in 7 minutes on jet streams, highlighting the importance for the climate, I might find out that I'm not able to write more than 2 or 3 points. And this is what matters. If I am able to write 6-7 points, that means that in 7 minutes I can deliver them. Answer writing will help me realize that how many points am I able to write in those 7 minutes.
Essentially, answer writing is not different from revision.
It is not.
Okay, कि revision कर लो फिर लिखो ऐसा नहीं है. Answer writing is revision.
In fact, it is a superior method of revision, even superior than the active recall which people do.
Okay, thank you again, Puru. I've been pushing students कि आप wait मत करो और देखो ये luxury, like Puru said, आपके पास 70-80 दिन है, and assuming कि आप बीमार नहीं पड़ रहे हो, assuming that all goes fine. Okay, अब इस दिन में आप बोलोगे नहीं मैं पहले रिवाइज करूंगा फिर लिखूंगा, नहीं होने वाला. So start answer writing immediately, and in answer writing is where your revision will happen. In answer writing, okay, you learn how to embellish your answers also. So don't wait for that's one question. तो पुरु आप बताइए, आपने कितना आंसर लिखा होगा पुरु for this attempt, last attempt आपने कितना लिखा होगा आंसर?
Sir, in GS papers, I wrote around 20 tests of coaching.
20 tests, okay.
So that would translate to approximately 400 tests in
answers
at different coachings. And then I used to write answers also on my own. I used to,
okay.
So there might be 300, 400 more answers. And there were sometimes I was short on time. So I would brainstorm. I would analyze different questions if I had no time.
Jottings and leave it. Okay.
Jottings and leave it. So I would say that somewhere north of 1,000 questions.
Wow. And is this across the entire year, or talking about the 2 months gap of after the prelims for the mains?
That's the prelims mains period.
1,000 answers in 2.5 months. See, देखो बच्चे क्या होता है ना, आप लोग रियलाइज नहीं करते हो ये कंपटीशन किसके अगेंस्ट हो रहा है. Okay, out of 100 students you see around you, I don't think 95 are interested. वो कॉफी पी रहे हैं, वो घूम रहे हैं, वो मौसम का आनंद ले रहे हैं, या फिर सोशल मीडिया में जाके क्रिप मार रहे हैं. Okay, but the people who actually study are different. So you have one 86 ranker IFS who says 1000 आंसर प्रैक्टिस किया होगा 2-2.5 महीने में. तो पुरु आप बताएं, then I think you're the right person to tell us what exactly the challenge in answer writing. By the way, Wasim, आपको जो क्वेश्चन है ना कि can you start answer writing after completing half of constitutional fundamental rights? So Wasim, okay, ये जो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, we're discussing for those who have already given the prelims एक बार. और उसके मतलब उन्होंने एक कोर्स कर लिया है पूरा. जब आप फाउंडेशन कोर्स कर रहे होते हो, वहां तो हम बोलते हैं वेट करो, पहले समझ लो पॉलिटी क्या है, रट्टा मार लो पॉलिटी का कंटेंट, समझ लो इकोनॉमी क्या है, रट्टा मार लो इकोनॉमी कंटेंट, राइट सम आंसर्स. बट ये अलग टाइप के बच्चे हैं, इन्होंने पढ़ लिया है, अजम्पशन नोट्स बना लिया है, एग्जाम दे लिया है, तो उनके लिए तो स्टार्ट ऑफ. फॉर यू वसीम आई से होल्ड ऑन, आप पहले क्लास खत्म करो, मेमोराइज करो, मेक योर नोट्स, read Lakshmikant polity, write some answers, but not like what we're suggesting here. Yeah, Puru, coming back to your question, to you again. So, आप बताओ कि आंसर राइटिंग में सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या होता है? I mean, for a person who knows the content, who has given prelims, who has a fair idea about what's being asked, current affairs, उसके बाद क्या चैलेंज होता है आंसर राइटिंग में?
So there are two challenges actually. The first is to understand the demand of the question.
Okay.
What happens usually is that especially for those who are taking the means for the first time, is that they have had their foundation notes, they have revised them completely, and they appear for the exam thinking that the question is going to appear from their examination or from their notes. So let's say they find a topic which they have already read, they reproduce their notes. They never look at what the question is asking, the tone of the question,
Okay.
the tone of the question, or the implicit demands which are hidden within the question. I'll take an example. It is a
Yeah, guys, I'm just pointing out all online guys. So ध्यान से सुनो. Okay, this is a very practical, type of problem people face. So Puru is giving an example and he is highlighting what the issues can be. Yeah, Puru, I'm sorry disturbing you, but I need them to be onboarded. Please tell.
So I'll take an example. Do you think that marriage as a sacrament is declining or under threat in India in the recent times? Answer. This is a question. Now,
GS से पूछा गया था, right? Am I right? No.
This has already been asked.
Okay. Is marriage as institution declining, or is it compromised? Okay.
Marriage as a sacrament.
Sacrament, okay.
Sacrament. Now, for generally what we are told, or the framework or the formula for the answer writing is that break the answer into 2 points, give arguments for, give arguments against.
Okay.
But I would like to ask further, why is the question even asked? Had marriage as a sacrament not been under threat, would the question even be asked? So the proportion of points here would not be 50-50. It would be 60-40 or 70-30. That's first.
60 in favor, yes, it is a threat. And
That's
40 maybe no. Okay.
That's my take. Someone who can argue forcefully can take the other side. But that's my take. And I can understand from the tone of the question that the question is leaning more towards marriage as a sacrament being under threat.
Okay.
Also, the question is never asking about what is marriage, what is sacrament, how many types of marriage happened in India in the past, the Gandhar Vivaha, the that Asur Viva, whatever kinds of marriages used to exist, the question is not asking all these things that one might find in their notes. The question is asking, implicitly asking, that marriage in India has been imagined as a sacrament, as a sacred rite, a rite of passage. But in the present times, this marriage as an institution is witnessing some changes, or the idea of marriage as a sacrament is witnessing strains. So I can begin my answer saying that in India, marriage was imagined as a sacrament. However, we are witnessing some strains. I can make a flow chart showing the forces, be it globalization, be it commercialization, be it the legal reforms which have led to uh, easiness to take divorce in through a flowchart, because this has not been asked. But I want to ensure that the tone of the question, the flow of the question is perfect.
भाई मुझे जो पता है ठीक है, लिख दूं छोटे से कोने में पॉइंट्स डालकर,
हाँ,
so that the examiner मिस नहीं करे वो पॉइंट्स,
हाँ.
बट क्वेश्चन तो कहीं और है.
But question is that, do you think? So here we have to provide evidence. Now this is the second challenge. From what I found among the aspirants, that they cannot differentiate between examples, arguments, and evidence. They do not have a clue about it. So someone might say that, uh, take an example like rise of divorce. Some provide an statistics. Now this is an evidence for something, a phenomena that is happening. So my point should be the phenomena followed by the substantialization or the data of rising divorce rates in the country.
Yeah.
I can take another example, like big fat weddings in India have made a comeback or have increased. You can take an example like recently concluded wedding of Rashmika Mandana and Vijay Devarkonda, heavily celebrated in Udaipur. So that's an example, but the heading should be different. So what I found in myself as well as in others, that students do not have the capability to generalize, to find out the underlying phenomena behind the examples that they have. They have umpteen examples. For
एग्जाम्पल क्या दिखाता है नहीं पता चलता.
that is the thing. So they do not have words to put into to explain what exactly is happening. And these
Okay.
words, these keywords, are essentially the arguments which I'm going to place before the examiner. So that's a skill in itself. So I would say that arguments supported by some kind of data facts, case studies, etc., is the another challenge for students. And generating sufficient number of arguments, sufficient number of points.
If I summarize, Puru, एक तो क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आता. Second, they cannot have, they don't have enough of data, and they can't differentiate data, evidence from examples. Third, you said is they don't have enough of points. Am I right? Am I concluding right, Puru?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
So that is the challenge, and there are various workarounds. I have many frameworks in my quiver to get around this problem of generating enough number of points. And this I have done only by writing more answers and by getting it evaluated from experienced mentors, and then reworking my strategy around questions. So this happens like, as the Chinese saying goes, that cross the river by peeling the stones. So I wrote answers, I analyzed them, I discovered underlying principles, frameworks, on the basis of which I'll be writing more answers in the future. This is how I do.
By the way, guys, let me tell you, I'm very fortunate to have another 3-4 toppers like Puru who have volunteered to be part of the mentoring process around answer writing. It is their way of giving back to the community, the society. Whatever time they have, they'll be going for training in another 2 or 2.5 months. So Puru is one of the people who will be there supporting you, giving you his tips and tricks, how he addresses such questions. Thank you, Puru. That's a nice insight what the challenges are. एक और चीज है पुरु, आप बताइए. I mean, ये challenge मैंने face किया था. Okay, almost a decade ago when I started, or when I thought कि I'll start teaching answer writing, कि आंसर को और ऑथेंटिक बनाना है, और इंटरेस्टिंग बनाना है, और कंटेम्पररी बनाना है. So one very important thing is you have to add current affairs, okay, and demonstrate it with something around you. तो आप ये कैसे करते थे? Because what I know कि students study current affairs, but वो एक अलग फाइल बन के रह जाता है, वो एक अलग सब्जेक्ट ही बन के रह जाता है. How do students bring in, how can they bring in the current affairs, या फिर आपने कोई तरीका सीखा है how to embellish answers with contemporary discussions and examples?
Sir, the first task is to have ready-made a large number of examples ready for once before the exam.
मैंने एक type of compilation.
A compilation is very important,
Okay.
and then one has to revise it multiple number of times, and also think about whether these examples can be used in different papers. For example, there's a SHG very popular, Kudumshri. Now, Kudumshri as an example can be used not just in GS1 but also in GS2, where SHG is a topic in itself, in GS3, in women-related topics. So Kudumshri as an example can come everywhere. So it's not that the students have to prepare thousands of examples. It's good if they do, but they can also use these examples in multiple answers in different papers, across different papers. And for that, I think reflecting upon these examples, thinking about them. For example, I remember having written about India's Operation Brahma in Myanmar in ethics paper. Usually people write about individuals doing great things, but I also wrote about countries doing great things, like India doing Operation Brahma or Operation Dost in Turkey. This can also be a good example, and it can differentiate. It was something that happened last year, so uh, it added a fresh perspective to the examiner. And also, when one writes current examples in the answers, what happens is that the examiner also feels that this person can connect theoretical things with practical things that are happening in the real life. And this shows originality, this shows depth, this shows that the person is not writing his notes in the paper, but also applying these things. So an examiner will surely reward someone who writes examples and adds current affairs into that paper.
So एक तो आपने बताया कि we must have a compilation. So guys, this is my commitment to you. Now that Puru, yeah, please, you want to show something, Puru?
Let me share my screen. I have something for this.
Please, yes, please.
So, just a second. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so here's my channel, and I have posted an example in ethics.
Okay.
Ethics examples. This is a file. Now, I have. If you can see, should I zoom in?
You can enlarge it if you can.
Let me see. Just a second. I'm new at this platform.
या फिर आप मुझे दे दो WhatsApp में. I can open from my side if that works for you.
I'll share it with you.
वैसे ऊपर में जो ओपन विथ रिव्यू था ना, उससे खुल जाता आपका.
हाँ, उससे खुल तो गया सर, बट व्हाट हैपेंड इज कि उस स्क्रीन नहीं शेयर हो रही है.
अच्छा, फिर आप अनशेयर कर लीजिए, मैं कर लेता हूँ.
So I've sent it to you.
Okay, you can unshare your screen. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah, you can talk.
here we have, let's say, if I'm asked something about innovation, so I don't just have individuals with me. I have societies, I have organizations, I have states, I have professions, which can be used as example innovation.
Okay.
At compassion, one can see that I have a contemporary example. Like there was a news clipping from the Hindu where a Pune hospital ended its deposit policy for admitting uh, patients in emergency. This is a sign of compassion.
Okay.
Operation Brahma by India, or let's say in Gaza when the conflict was there, a Catholic cardinal delivered food aid. Captain Najakat Ahmed Ali during the Pahalgam attacks also did something. So that showed courage. If you can scroll down further, I'll show more examples. So I have all these values listed where I have individuals, society.
This is for ethics.
This is for ethics, but can be used anywhere, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Then I have examples for law, ethics. Then I have examples for corruption or negative examples where which I can use anywhere. If you can scroll down further,
Okay. Wow.
then I have AI related examples, community examples, state related examples, emotional quotient related examples, and then I have bureaucratic attitude related problems because this is something identified in the PYQs. So I needed
Uh-huh.
at least 10 examples where I can show that bureaucratic apathy, uh, which is in the bureaucrats. Then I have
बताओ हम बस नोट पढ़ते रह जाते हैं और नोट भी कैसा है एनसीईआरटी पढ़ लिया ओके सर मैंने नोट्स रिवाइज कर लिया गाइस दिस इज सॉलिड वर्क आपको क्या लगता है पुरु ने ये काम कितने दिन में किया होगा sitting down compiling whatever resource he has with him I'm very impressed Puru oh my god you have this is sub ethics it's like 6-7 pages document only for ethics and we can use across subjects yeah
course.
go on Puru मैं देख
So
रहा हूँ
if you go further, this is not example, of course, in this table. Then I have some keywords also, like to generate points.
और आगे
Then I have quotes from Kabir, and then I have notable civil. So I have 33 civil servants who have done good things, and I can use them anywhere.
और ये लिस्ट जो है संदीप नांदूरी के चंचल राणा दुर्गा शक्ति नागपाल आनंद राय तो ये आप गवर्नेंस में यूज कर लो इकोनॉमी में यूज कर लो डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट अगर उसमें यूज कर लो सोशल इश्यूज एथिक्स ऐसे इज ऑल्सो
And in the preceding page, you can see I have examples from corporate sector also, like Patagonia, Amul, Body Shop, HUL, Infosys.
ये कहाँ पर है ये
In the preceding, this one, corporate
ये
governance
वाला
case
अच्छा अमूल इकिया एच&एम गूगल विप्रो
and negative examples
एचसीएल
also. Patanjali,
अच्छा कहाँ कहाँ पर मिसलीडिंग किया है ओके फॉक्सवैगन इंडस इन क्राइसिस एक्सिस बैंक और बेस्ट पार्ट है ये हमें पता होता है ऐसी बात नहीं पता है हम कंटेम्प्ट अफेयर से पढ़े होते हैं बट वही है कि हम इसको अलग से रखे होते हैं ऑनलाइन गाइस कैन यू ऑल अप्रिशिएट दिस कैन यू ऑल अप्रिशिएट दिस
then
पूछते हैं ना व्हाट डज इट टेक टू बिकम अ टॉपर या गो ऑन पुरु
then there's a heading. Let's see. I found out that any change that is happening in society happens due to 6 or 7 forces. So in the preceding page, you'll see that changes why it happens. No, that page itself uh, changes. So I've written any change that happens due to technology, due to globalization, due to social media,
नीचे ओके
due to climate change,
changes why they happen
due to public,
technology globalization social media internet these are drivers of change
and
or the agencies
these
of change
can be used anywhere.
hmm. very smart very smart it's like your actual toolkit to go and hit it okay like I said Puru I have no regrets or regrets I'll say no second thoughts rather that you should be part of this initiative for the students I hope they see the the benefit of starting to write answers
And
Excellent. Wow.
I'll show you one more thing. If you can scroll down 2 pages further. Okay, keywords for benefits. So what happens is that students do not have arguments or keywords to highlight it.
Okay.
Anything leads to, so I have some C related keywords like credibility, crisis management, community engagement, conflict resolution, conflict of interest, crisis of conscience gets eliminated, crowd management, consensus orientation, cultural competence, culture of work culture, change
Yeah.
management, clear cut decision making. So all these C related keywords. Then I have governance related keywords. So I have my resources ready. I just need the question, and if I've revised it multiple number of times, I can use them interchangeably at my comfort.
Wow. तो आपने एक बना रखा है, कोई क्वेश्चन का डिस्कस करना है, बेनिफिट्स, सी बेनिफिट्स, जी बेनिफिट्स, सिलेबस बेनिफिट्स, okay, and something else, whatever, short term, long term, and you are on.
For example, let's say it is asked that emotional intelligence is important. Emotional intelligence is important within the services and outside the services also. With colleagues, outside colleagues, I mean with service providers and with the clients. Uh, for civil services related questions, sometimes recruitment, training, appraisals, post-retirement as a timeline can be utilized. Sometimes in
तो ये
politics,
हेडिंग्स आपके पहले से बने हुए हैं, आप याद कर लिया है?
I have memorized them, I have applied them, I have written answers on them, so it comes naturally to me. Then there are processes like usually we have policy making, we have policy implementation, we monitor the outcomes, we do budgeting, and then we do grievance redressal mechanisms or feedback.
Wow. Excellent. Excellent. This is incredible. Incredible. Yeah, Puru, that's quite a bit of I say enlightenment here. अच्छा पुरु, ये बताइए अभी से लेके मेंस तक, while you said कि 1000 answers लिखना है, that's fine. How many answers should you write per day basis minimum? कोई नंबर आपने सोचा है ऐसे 5, 10, 15 लिख ही लूं या 20 लिख लूं? कितने जॉटिंग, ऐसा कुछ टारगेट बना सकते हैं हम लोग?
Sir, that answers have to be written in 2 ways. One is daily
Okay.
answers, and the other is answers in test series. Let's say like 20 answers, like just like they would ask in the paper. So if I were to write daily answers for GS alone, I would suggest not less than 5 questions a day. Not less than 5 questions. And if you're comfortable, if one is comfortable, then at least 10 questions a day. And that is apart from the test series that I would be taking, which would involve around 16 tests, so 300, 400 questions to the test. And I would also suggest the students to simulate their mains paper, to write like they would at the paper. Essay paper today, GS 1, 2 tomorrow, and GS 3, 4 day after tomorrow. Because this is where the real pressure is. When the
स्टैमिना भी तो चाहिए.
when the hands go down, when the fingers are hurting, it is there where you have to write those papers.
Yeah, I hear you. So Puru, one last question. Say a student has made up his mind कि हाँ मुझे प्रिपेयर करना है मेंस के लिए. The student has clarity कि अच्छा मैं आंसर भी लिखूंगा और शायद लिखना शुरू भी कर दिया. He is sincere. He wants to do it. तो ऐसे बच्चों के लिए आपके पास क्या suggestion है? What they should be careful about, what they should not be doing, okay, what they should be mindful about. Okay, तो जो नहीं पढ़ेगा नहीं पढ़ेगा. He can spend his life creeping, complaining, shouting, whining. Okay, ठीक है. But मैं बता रहा हूँ उस बच्चे के बारे में जो पढ़ना चाह रहा है. Okay, so what should he be mindful of when he's preparing?
So I can say that there are, let's say we have June, we start with June. So we have June, July, and half of the August. Now, if I go backwards, let's say the paper, when is the mains examination starting?
August 21st.
Okay, so it's 21st. So I need at least 8 days to revise my GS4 GS papers before the paper. So let's say I stop writing answers at 15th August. Even then I have 75 days. Now, I want my first revision to be detailed, to cover almost everything, and the second revision would be swifter and which would be easily covered in 15 days. So I can allot 15 days for each GS papers, 15 GS1, GS2, and of course optional and essays would go parallelly. For each GS paper, I would say, since these students are fresh, coming out fresh from the prelims, so they know all the points. So they should write at least 10 to 12 questions, 10 questions daily of each GS papers. And in that process, let's say 15 days for each GS. So they have written 100 questions or 150 questions. And in that process, they'll be able to revise 150, 100 topics. So that is one benefit out of it. And the remaining obscure topics or the other topics which are not asked, which they are not written about, they can revise it simply through the notes. And in this process also, they will learn a lot, whether they know the topic or not. So they can add, enrich their notes, or they can make a separate folder, just like I did. And next 15 days for the other GS paper, next 15 days for the other GS papers. And in this process, they would have done almost 700, 800 topics.
आप लेकिन दिन का टारगेट लेके चल रहे हो, इन दैट केस 10 क्वेश्चंस होना चाहिए लिखने के लिए.
This because if one knows the competition is with those 2,000 students who are willing to give it all. And if I want to clear this examination, then I should also be willing to give it all.
तो ये रेगुलरिटी कैसे रख सकते हैं, गुरु बताइए.
सर कैसे का तो मैं नहीं बता सकता, बट आई वुड से कि मैं जितने भी टॉपर से मिला हूँ, एंड आई हैव सीन इन देम द फायर, आई हैव सीन इन देम दैट इंटेंस पैशन दैट दे हैव, दैट आई हैव टू क्लियर इट, whether it, whether a calamity comes at my shore, anything. I'll write those answers, I'll get them evaluated, I'll analyze them, I'll revise my things, I'll ensure that I eat the right food, I'll ensure that I do not get. I'll tell you an anecdote what happened with me in the last mains. In the 2024 mains, I was unfortunate to have fallen ill 15 days before the exam, and that too with an intestinal infection. So I lost 15 days approximately. But in this year, I was cautious. So for the next 3 months, after the prelims, I was cautious with my breakfast, with my lunch, with my dinner. I was making sure that I do not fall ill for these 3 months because I do not want to lose my precious time. This is the scale of competition that the students have.
Wow, you're planning everything down to the last. Okay. Yeah, one question we'll take from Sachin. Sachin says, what should be our approach to bouncer questions in mains where we have to choose to close zero idea what's better, a vague, irrelevant answer or a blank page, okay, but a more quality rest answer. Basically, पता नहीं क्या करें, लिखें नहीं लिखें, छोड़ दें, कुछ भी तुक्का मार दें, is the question. Puru, आप बताइए.
There are bouncer questions every year. But I'll tell them one simple maths. Let's say there are 20 questions in the paper, average 12.5 marks. 10 questions should be those that you are excellent at, where you get 60% marks. 5 questions should be those where one takes 50% marks or 45% marks. And 5 questions can be those where one takes 35% marks, 30% marks. And if one does the math, one will find out that 3.5 and 4.5 become 4, and 60 and becomes 60, 40 becomes 10, 5. So it comes out to be 125 marks. That is not even required.
Wow. मैंने आधे पेपर को 60% मैंने एफिशिएंसी या कॉम्पिटेंसी में करो, एंड अनदर लास्ट के 5-6 क्वेश्चंस को अगर आप इवन 10% पे करते हो, 10 में से आपको 1 मार्क मिल रहा है, राइट, या 30%, सो यू सेड 10 में से 3 मार्क मिल रहा है, एंड यू आर हिटिंग 120.
This is
You
what
just need about 100, 110. Yeah.
so one should not worry about those difficult questions. One should worry about the easy questions because this is where almost all the aspirants will have read something about it. And this is where you have to differentiate your answer. This is where you
Difficult तो सब छोड़ देंगे, difficult तो ऐसे तुक्का मारने वाले सब कोई.
I
The easy
remember
ones.
there was a question about fjords in 2023 or 24 attempt.
Hmm.
I had no clue about it. I mean, I had read it vaguely. I knew that it was a landform created by ice, an erosional landform, but I had no clue. I did not have as much clue to write 150 words about it. So I made a map, I made a diagram, did some work around, and I might have got some 1 or 2 marks. That is good enough. But for the other questions, which I had clue about, there I should have scored 5.5, 6 marks. This is where I'll get that edge.
Wow. Okay, Puru, I think this is all we could have discussed. So guys, I hope you all learned something interacting with Puru. We are starting our mains program for GS MSP. I'm very keen to have all of you on board, irrespective of आपका prelims हुआ है नहीं हुआ है. इतने अच्छे से prepare करो अभी से कि 27 is an open and shut case. And now is not the time to think about prelims. Prelims के लिए दोबारा शुरू करना दिसंबर में, जनवरी में. And when you're preparing for mains, you actually are also preparing for prelims. Like Puru said, आप आंसर लिख के याद कर रहे हो, रिवाइज कर रहे हो, आंसर लिख के आप स्ट्रक्चर बना रहे हो, आप एनरिच कर रहे हो, करंट अफेयर्स को आप यूज करना सीख रहे हो. There's a better way of memorizing current affairs. ठीक है, so I hope this interaction helps all of you. We are starting our MSP from 1st June. हालांकि मुझे बहुत सारे रिक्वेस्ट हैं to postpone it for some time more. Okay, I might start one more batch, but I maintain we will have our batch started. Please join in. Puru के साथ और भी toppers रहेंगे. Puru will spend time with all of you discussing how he decodes questions and answers. And my wishes to all of you. I wish the trauma UPSC ने दिया इस बार आपका नहीं होता, but the reality is it's done. Okay, so my wishes. Yeah, Puru, please.
For those of you who found the prelim section tough, the mains is even tougher. Because here one does not have to just memorize. One has to recall, one has to find the right words to express themselves, to substantialize them, to ensure that the flow is right, the tone is right. It is tougher. But I have one word of advice for you, and that my teacher used to say, that when the going gets tough, the tough gets
tough. Yes, yes. So this is a test of your toughness. Okay. For essay, is it included MSP? Essay अलग से program है Kritika. Okay, you can't accommodate everything in one. Okay, it's a separate program. We'll have some essays, of course. I'm not saying no, we'll not have, but the extensive essay is different. But I'll recommend, please join us. Geography optional तो हम करते ही हैं. I'm very keen. Okay, with the toppers that we have around us, we also have a good GS MSP. Okay, thanks again, all of you, for joining in. I hope it was interactive. I learn from all these toppers. I'll use something from here. And Puru, thank you so much for joining in. Okay, hope to use your skills, experience in a productive way for all these toppers or for all these future toppers. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you so much.